Hello and welcome to my Week 6 ELA pre-lesson deliverable, where we are, first of all, set with a beautiful sailboat. I am in my girlfriend's apartment at Pennington School in New Jersey, and we are practicing point of view, which we're going to really get into with the ELA. We're finally teaching all week, even though we will do a little bit of rereading of the text. So, I take you to Tuesday's lesson. We've just gone through acceptance as the word of the day. We remind everyone that there's going to be a vocabulary quiz this Friday, our first one, not only our first vocab quiz, but our first graded assessment of the year. So make sure that you are studying these words, and we will, I'm planning on having a little time for Kahoot/Quizlet live on Friday, though that's going to dig into my practice for ADE. Anyway, let's have somebody read today's aim. They read, we will be able to determine how our character's point of view affects the way events are told in the story. So what we're going to do today is look at a couple of examples on how our character's emotional state and what they're feeling dictates how they tell a story. And then what we're going to do on Thursday is run this back and look at a couple of instances where we see one character explain an event, describe an event one way, and we see another character describe an event another way. Before we do this, go any further, someone remind us, what is point of view? When we say point of view, what are we talking about? The way that a character thinks and feels. We want something like that. So all together, choral response, what is point of view? The way a character thinks and feels. And we spoke last week about how we all have different points of view. The things that shape our point of view are our experiences, our home, our basically everything that we go through, as well as some natural things that just make us different thinkers. Okay, so does August see the world the same way as Via? No. Does Via see the world the same way as Dad? No. Does Julian see the world the same way as Jack? No. They all have unique perspectives, and that's one of the beautiful parts about this book. So we reread the bleeding scream, and then we ask, describe August's relationship with Jack leading up to Halloween. Answer that on your own. Hopefully we got B, August and Jack were friendly. So look at number 2. What effect does August's relationship with Jack have on his perspective on the conversation he overheard between Jack and Julian? Answer in a complete sentence. So first, what should we do to the question? We should buck the question. Not using that term. We're going to box the question word, which is what. That means that we might use what bridge word is. We're going to see if we can use it. We might not be able to. We got to make sure that our sentence makes sense. And then circle some key information. So we probably want to include August's relationship with Jack, as well as conversation overheard between Jack and Julian. And we'll give 60 seconds for you to answer the question. We don't quite get it, probably. We want to have something like August's friendly relationship with Jack, because we just said that their relationship is friendly. We said that in number 1. So this is a lesson to all of us that, like, if you answer a multiple choice question about a relationship between two characters, and then the next question asks you to give a short response answer regarding that relationship, you've been led to water. Use what you've already learned in the first question. We said that Jack and August have a friendly relationship, so we use that information again with number 2. We say August's friendly relationship with Jack makes the conversation he overheard between Jack and Julian, and now we've included all of our necessary information that we circled in the question. So how can we finish this? August's friendly relationship with Jack makes the conversation he heard between Jack and Julian, and maybe we give 15 seconds for them to finish it, and hopefully we get something like extra heartbreaking or extremely sad, something like that. Something that indicates that the stakes are raised because of the friendly relationship that August perceived to have had with Jack. And okay, so what is August's point of view on the way that events are told? He is emotional, and so we put C to the next question, number 3. Now again, we have an instance where we can use what we just circled for C to answer number 4. So what effect does August's point of view have on the way events are described in the story? This is going to be our first opportunity to really use ADE. And so we're going to walk through this. It's probably going to mean that we don't make it to the exit ticket on this, but we really want them to get answer, detail, explanation. So we're going to walk through this methodically. What we want to get is August's point of view alerts the reader to his emotional reaction. So we know how he feels. And again, we got our answer statement directly from the multiple choice question that preceded this. We then allow time for students to underline, find an annotation that gives us that information, and we'll go through this as a class. If we get to the exit ticket we get to it, we probably won't though, because again, this is our first ADE. So that is Tuesday. We're not done though with our point of view lessons. Wednesday we go into characteristics, which shapes point of view, and we'll try to remember to bring that back. But then Thursday, let's have someone read today's, and we will be able to contrast characters' accounts of the same topic or event. So class, back in the classroom, today we're going to go a step further. We're not just going to identify a character's point of view in a given situation, but we're also going to compare that point of view with another character's and think about why are they different. So this first page, I'll ask for if you can contribute, then I would love to see some hands. The next page is going to be us doing this together, and then, I think that's right, we'll do partner work, and then finally we'll do independent work. So we look at page 3, we read it again together, and we ask ourselves, what does August say about his appearance? Because here, so we're going to think about August's appearance. We get 2 different accounts of what he looks like. I know that there's undertones throughout the entire story regarding his appearance, but we're going to look at his perspective versus Via's perspective. So we reread page 3, and what does August say about the way that he looks? He says that whatever you're imagining, it's probably worse. So does he give us a full account of how he looks? No, he does not. So we write, August does not want to talk about how he looks. He says that whatever the reader is imagining is probably worse. I'll model that on the board, they write it down, maybe Miss Jimenez will model that while I'm just sort of talking. That'd be good. Next, what does Via say about it? So we reread page 88, and then we notice that Via goes into extensive detail from his uneven eyes to his overbite. So we see this major difference. Now, we want to summarize this difference. Raise your hand if you can tell us what's the difference between the 2 points of view that we receive from August and Via regarding August's anomalous face. And we want to land somewhere that's close to Via gives details about August's appearance while August does not. That is our plan for the first page. Now, with a partner, we want you to do the next page together. So this topic is the cutting of August's Padawan braid, and he discusses it in one of his chapters. Also Via discusses it. So we want to see what's the difference in the way that they are explaining this. Look back to the previous page. If you forget, like, wait, what are we doing? You have, let's say, you have 5 minutes to work on this, and then we'll bring it back. We bring it back, we go over this page, and then we go into the independent work, which is August's Halloween costume. It's probably the easiest of the 3 questions. What does August say about it? What does Via say about it? And what is the difference? You need to summarize. Talk about what summarize means also. Try and use just a few words to make a point. Okay, that is point of view for week 6 with ELA.